So hi everyone, my name is Nina and I'm a Student Enterprise Manager at London South Bank University. Thank you for joining us today for this showcase feature within the IEEC programme, which is titled Learning from the Student Voice. I'm joined today by four of our wonderful LSBU students who you can see on your screen, who are also Enterprise Ambassadors. I'm going to hand over to you guys to do your intros. So if you just want to cover like your name, your year, your subject, and also like how long you've been an ambassador. Elisabetta, you are top on my screen, so I'm going to jump to you first.
Cool. My name is Elizabeth, and I'm going into second year of studying marketing at LSBU, and I've been a student ambassador since January this year.
Amazing. Hannah, you're next down on my list.
Yeah, so my name is Hannah. I'm going into my third year studying business management with product management, and I've been a student enterprise ambassador for 1 year.
And Giulietta, you're next on my screen.
Hi, I am a class of 2020 graduate of business management with entrepreneurship and enterprise. My name is Giulietta and I have been an enterprise ambassador for 4 years now.
Gosh, 4 years, feels like yesterday.
It does.
They've flown, they have flown. And Sava, lastly.
So my name is Sava. I'm also a 2020 class graduate from electrical and electronic engineering, and I've been an ambassador since February 2019.
Amazing. And yeah, huge congrats again on your graduation, Giulietta and Sava. I know how much hard work you put into that. So yeah, huge congrats. Paul Sava's got the Boilerman in, so he hasn't got his camera on today, but he's still with us, which is really great. And on that, I know how busy you all are. I know you've been doing internships and job applications and, rightly enjoying your summer holidays. So I want to say a huge thank you before we begin for giving up your time today and for sharing your experiences. We've got 10 minutes for this session, which is sort of going to be done in like a round table, fireside chat type format. I have neither a round table nor a fireplace. So we'll see how we get on. I did remember to press record, so we're already winning, as far as I'm concerned. Judging on how fast this entire year has disappeared, I'm sure the minutes are going to fly by, so I am going to get straight into it. The focus of the session today is really looking at the focus group project that I know all of you were a part of at various different stages. And in all of your introductions, you refer to yourselves as enterprise ambassadors. So Giulietta, I'm going to put you as a longest serving ambassador with that grand title. Do you mind sharing, what that actually means?
Thank you, Nina. So yes, as mentioned, I have been an enterprise ambassador with a flexible contract for 4 years now. As an enterprise ambassador, we act as representatives and work closely with the enterprise team, such as Nina. I really see it as a middle ground in which we tunnel important information from the hard work that is put in by the team. And I think we really have the advantage of resignation with the students, being students ourselves. It's very important that we really show that enterprise isn't just about business, and it's really about increasing general skills and employability. And we do this with delivering events, programs, workshops, and obviously more project-based work during this pandemic. And I guess it's just really about giving students the confidence to enter the real world.
Amazing. Thanks, Giulietta. That's a really nice summary. In terms of the focus groups, because I know a lot of you, some of you were involved in one and some of you were involved in several. Can someone just share like what was involved, what happened and what kind of themes we looked at through those focus groups?
I can answer that if you like.
Amazing. Thanks, Elisabetta.
I think in terms of structure, everyone turned up on time, first of all, but there was also someone there already out of the team to greet us, which was always really nice. We all took turns in talking, which meant that everyone had time to get their point across. Questions were also put in the chat one by one, so we could always refer back to them and think about our answers. We were never pressured to have an answer, and we're always given, time to think about our own, so we're never put on the spot, which was really good.
Yeah, and I think they were like an hour and a half, maybe an hour and a half max, and I think we've had
yeah, I think
7 up until now. Do you remember what you participated in?
I don't think I can remember any from on the spot, but I
No worries.
remember a few of them were kind of how should the enterprise go forward and where they should where you should advertise all the events that are going. That was quite good.
Yeah, so as exactly as you've said, I think back in April when we moved everything online suddenly because of the pandemic, we were facing a lot of unknowns in terms of, not only how we were going to shape our delivery going forward, but also, how we were going to engage students. So that's why having your thoughts and insights on things like marketing, branding, incentive activities, events, it really helped us to kind of get your thoughts and insights that could really help us to shape what we were doing, and the focus groups gave us a really nice avenue in which to do that. I was just wondering if there was anything in particular that you guys enjoyed or gained from participating in those sessions.
So I'd like to answer this one because this was my first focus group experience. I've never done one of those before, and I found it interesting that even though we're a really small team made up of students from various disciplines and schools, we had vastly different opinions and perceptions of student enterprise. I think it just taught me and emphasized how important it is to consider each project from different perspectives, because it can mean a completely different thing to someone coming from a different background.
Yeah, I think that really came out in the kind of feedback that you shared.
Yeah, and just to add to that, I think it was really nice that the groups were informal. It gave a really nice and relaxed environment where you could share your thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think in terms of our perspective and what we've gained, I think it's really useful hearing your feedback, because from our point of view, we've gained, you might just have thought that you were sharing your ideas and your insights, but really for us, it's given us a lot of information and a lot of detail around, what you guys are looking at the moment, what kind of content you're interested in, how we can even reach you with information now that you're in different parts of the world. And it's really led to us to think about, the length of our sessions based on your feedback and some of the topics that we're covering. So we've moved from, those business focused topics, but also incorporating more like professional and personal development themes, which you guys seem to really value. And I know it's one thing to kind of have all this information and all this detail and to gather all of that. But I'm sure our audience today, invisible though they are, will really want to know like what we've done with that information since. So I was just wondering if you could share like what we've done since the focus groups.
Yeah, I'll answer that. I mean, just like you mentioned, it's really about organizing that content in order to increase our engagement and participation. One of the ways we did this was we focused on, like you mentioned, the platforms in which these students will be I guess, engaging on, and one of them was Instagram. And we decided to hold some Instagram lives in which were viewed for over 400 times, in which I was interviewing entrepreneurs, success stories from LSBU, as well as the LSBU SU president, Hattie, which really allowed, I guess, an open discussion for the viewers who were reaching out to us. So it was just an example of what we did, and I really enjoyed it. It was my first live, and I think the interaction we got from it was fantastic.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, and I think that was a first live for us as a team as well. Like we hadn't run an event like that before using Instagram in that way. So I think for us, moving traditionally from Zoom, for example, has been really beneficial. Hannah, I know you were involved in a different side of that project. I wondered if you wanted to share your thoughts on that.
Yeah, sure. So another thing we got out from the focus group was that we also wanted to make shorter videos that we could post on Instagram and other social medias. And so what we did was that we did selfie videos of ourselves, the enterprise ambassadors, filming and talking about what the enterprise team offered, that we are here. We also spoke about what we have gained from the enterprise team. And I think that is really important, that it was us, the students, who filmed those videos, as other students can resonate more with us than, for example, Nina. Although she is a huge part of this team, students tend to resonate more with other students, and it gives a kind of different confirmation to what we are saying.
Yeah. I think just add to that, sorry. A few students reached out to me after the campaign went live, asking for more information about student enterprise and university in general. So that kind of shows that in that sense we achieved our goal.
Yeah, no, and I actually really enjoyed supporting you all on that project, and thank you again for your time and all the ideas that you put forward for it. Knowing, you know, what your involvement in that campaign and kind of your involvement in the focus groups and the kind of feedback that you've shared, do you feel like you've made a difference? And, you know, why do you think it's important for people like me in my position within student enterprise teams in universities to listen to students' thoughts and ideas?
Well, me personally, I felt really valued as a part of the team because my input was being heard and being acted on. In addition, though, I feel like it is really important to listen to our students because sometimes we see things differently and react to things differently. So in order to reach the students and get the desired message out, it is important to hear our feedback and almost get the inside information that we get by talking to our course mates.
Yeah, and I totally agree with that. And, you know, as I said, you guys, as both student ambassadors, are in a really kind of privileged position for us as a team to kind of tap into that knowledge and experience that you have. I'm really conscious of the time. I knew it would disappear. We've literally got 1 minute left. So I'm going to just say a huge thank you again from behalf of myself and my team, and also on behalf of the IEC organisers. I know that it's quite rare that we manage to get student participation in events like this, so I know that we all really appreciate it and you giving up your time. If you would like to find out more about what we've been doing as a team, you can email us at studententerprise, all one word, at lsbu.ac.uk. And I would also invite you to have a look at the Instagram page. So that is at Student Enterprise LSBU, again, all one word, all lowercase, to have a look at some of the content that the students produce, because it was really awesome. And like they said, it's them telling their own stories, which we found has been really beneficial for us and the team. So a huge thank you, and hopefully see you soon.
Thank you, Nina.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you later.